Today on Delta Safari, we visit the nation's premier college all-star football game, the Reese's Senior Bowl.
Hey, Stu here. I am back on the campus of the University of South Alabama, but I'm not actually here to do any fishing. You see, fishing, hunting, camping, backpacking, all of those outdoor activities, those are a huge part of life down here on the Delta and throughout the state of Alabama. But there's something else that we do down here, quite honestly, as well, if not better, than any other state in the country. And that's football. The University of South Alabama is hosting, as they do every year, the annual Senior Bowl. It's an all-star game of college football players who are about to enter the NFL draft. We're going to head down to Hancock-Whitney Stadium on the other side of campus, and we're going to check out practice and give you a behind-the-scenes look at America's #1 all-star game. But at the same time, I am here, and there is fish in this pond. So if I get a little time, anyway, let's head to practice.
The Reese's Senior Bowl is widely regarded as the preeminent college football all-star game and is the first stage in the NFL draft process. The longest continual running all-star game has taken place in Mobile the past 74 years. More than 900 NFL personnel, including key decision makers from all 32 teams and over 1,100 media members from around the country, were credentialed this year. The Senior Bowl scouting team has been working since last February to identify the best of the best draft prospects at every level of college football for the 2024 NFL Draft. It takes professional evaluators to identify future professional players, and this year's Senior Bowl staff was comprised of 11 scouts with over 200 years of NFL experience. The staff relied on decades worth of relationships at the college and NFL level to stay on top of all of the risers, career backup, late bloomers, transfers taking advantage of opportunities in their final season. One of the goals each year is to get live game exposure on as many prospects as possible, so the Senior Bowl scouts will be at stadiums across the country every week, this and every college football season.
And you see these ladies here. These folks are actually with one of the networks, and they were just talking about basketball games that they've got to cover around the Southeastern Conference next week.
Attending Senior Bowl practices is a pastime here on the Delta, and it's always exciting because you've got this blend of college and pro and the stars within both of those realms. You've got coaches, all the coaches from all 32 professional teams, lots of the college coaches. All of these players are college stars who are about to be NFL players. You've got former NFL players, plus you've got all this crazy media circus going on. It really is a lot of fun. The fan experience at the Senior Bowl is really unlike anything else in the world of sports. Fans have almost an unfettered access to professional coaches, professional players, college coaches, members of the media, and everyone's just kind of there hanging out, watching some ball. And one of the most interesting things to do, one of the best parts about the entire experience, is eavesdropping. I have sat in the stands for years and listened to scouts and former players dish behind the scenes of things that go on in the NFL. People who have beefs that you don't know anything about, and it's really a lot of fun. My brother watched Tony Dungy sign the contract to become the head coach of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on the hood of a car at practice one time. It's just unlike anything else in sports. For years, the All-Stars were divided up into two teams, the North and the South. And that went just fine for several decades until the SEC became so dominant that what the game turned into was the SEC versus the rest of the country, with the SEC usually dominating the rest of the country, aka the North. So now they divided up into the National and the American, just like the NFL conferences. The game is always a showcase for quarterbacks, and among the biggest names this year were Michael Penix Jr. of Washington, Sam Hartman of Notre Dame, and Bo Nix, who holds the unique distinction of being one of the greatest quarterbacks in Auburn history and one of the greatest quarterbacks in Oregon history. Incidentally, South Carolina quarterback Spencer Rattler was named the game's MVP. Just more of that SEC dominance, I guess. I have been to so many Senior Bowls in my lifetime that I literally cannot remember how many I've been to. But the most memorable one was 1985, because the greatest football player of all time played in that game, Bo Jackson, and I was standing on the sideline when he took a screen pass about 85 yards. I later got a chance to meet Bo and to hang out with him for a day as part of the duties of my radio show. That certainly earned me a high five from my 15-year-old self.
So I have restrung my little backpacking ultralight with some 10-pound braid. And we're going to see how it works. I can tell you this, I don't get the casting distance out of it, but at the same time I have a really light jig head on here. Yeah, I think a little heavier jig head on here and I'll be just fine. Hello, turtle. Looky here. I mean, since I'm here, right? here we go. Number 1.
Hey y'all, Luke the dog here, and please y'all, and I'm so itchy. Would you scratch me right there around the like button in the subscribe area right there? I'd appreciate it if you did, because I feel so much better.